Heyo, I'm Neil and welcome to NeilMusic. Today I want to talk about my cover coming up and my influences because it was requested that I talk about it, and also I realized that I haven't talked about it at all yet, and it is one of the things I wanted to talk about, so that works out. So the cover I'm going to be doing, ordinarily I would have been doing it tomorrow. Right, I should probably address that first. Sorry, time got away on me, and somehow my schedule ended up a day behind, and so now it's Saturday and I'm recording my Friday video. So I apologize for that, and I'll stay on top of that in the future. The cover I'll be doing it's an American folk song called Fare Thee Well. And like any old folk songs, there's all sort of different renditions of it with different lyrics and stuff. But the one that I was requested to do was the one performed by Oscar Isaac that appears in Inside Louis Davis, the movie. I haven't seen it myself, but having listened to the music and stuff, it's very passionate and it's very grounded, and it's I really respect it. It really sounds neat, so I can't wait to do that. So I wanted to talk about my influences a little bit as a second topic. And a couple of the influences will probably surprise you because a lot of the requests I've been getting have been sort of folky sounding songs and stuff. Actually, I hadn't even planned on adding that into my influences, but I'll start with that. Probably one of my primary influences is like the campfire and family playing music and stuff. So some of those older songs around the Beatles era, before I was around, because my brothers are a full almost 10 years ahead of me. I grew up with a lot of the same toys and music that they listened to. So when it comes down to it, I'm less of a 90s baby and I'm more of a 80s baby. Now, when it comes down to what I used to listen to growing up and stuff, there's two main ones that I can think of off the top of my head, and then another one that kind of popped up a little bit later in my high schoolish years. The first one is Disturbed. If you've heard anything from Disturbed, you know that it doesn't really sound like me, but saying that, actually, he does have a very soft, beautiful voice, actually, when he decides to sing in different ways. And I've been told several times that I actually sound a little bit like him when he's doing that softer singing, which is really surprising and a huge, huge compliment to me because I think his voice is incredible. But the main thing I brought from Disturbed is I think that raw power, because that's something that really drew me to them. Is he's got a very gravelly, pushing, driving voice, and because of that, I loved it, and I'd love to incorporate that kind of rhythm, that kind of beat, that kind of drive, that kind of raw power in your voice. I'd love to have that in my own music, so that's definitely a big one for me. The second one that came to mind was Seether. They've got a lot of really neat stuff going on, but the one thing that always kind of came to my mind when I thought of Seether compared to other bands that I listened to was they're deceptively simple sounding. They sound kind of plain. And I think that's a lot of that comes from his voice, because his voice isn't overly powerful or epic sounding or operatic or anything like that. But from that, I think I got the sort of core like solidity to my music, of a simplicity that kind of underrides it all and allows you to express yourself without trying to get too complex. And I think that's what I got from them. Another thing I got from them too was, for whatever reason, the lyrics that they write tend to be sort of literal and a little bit odd, and they come off kind of cheesy sometimes. So if there's another influence I can take from them, it's that I don't want my songs to have the kind of lyrics that they have in theirs. The final influence that I want to talk about was APC, so A Perfect Circle. This is a side project by Maynard James Keenan. He's the lead singer of Tool, as many of you would know, potentially. So A Perfect Circle for him, I feel anyways, I don't know what his statements are on it or anything like that, I think it was dealing more with the human side of things, which I find fascinating. But when it comes down to it, the reason why APC influenced me in the end is because it's where Disturbed gave me like a passion for power, and Seether gave me that passion for underlying simplicity. APC it brought me back again and again and again because it appeals so much to your intellectual side. But that's a band that only started influencing me, that I only ever started listening to seriously later on. Because when I was younger, I listened to it and I just didn't get it. It didn't sound cool, and I couldn't get it. But listening to it later, it gave me those same feelings, but for different reasons, and it made me understand and really appreciate that intellectual side to music. So that's about it for today. If you guys have any more questions or thoughts on why I do things or how I do things, or if you want to know a little bit more about me in some way or another, go ahead and ask me. I need something to make these videos on, and it's good. I like thinking about this stuff because it's not stuff that usually just pops into my head. I don't sit down when I'm writing a song and go, what are my influences? Someone has to ask me. Thanks so much for your time, guys. Have a good one. Have a wonderful evening, or whatever you're doing, or whenever you're watching this. Bye.